Okay, today in the Creative Corner, we are here with Danielle Glosser, who is an artist advisor based out of the DMV. Is that correct?
That's right. That's right.
Welcome to the show, Danielle, on Create and Hustle, where we like to ask creatives how they take their ideas and turn them into a business. So tell us a little bit about what you do.
Thanks, Mush. Great to be here. So I basically help artists with their business development. And the way I do that is I assess the business side of their visual arts practice to basically help them understand where they're at based on where they want to be.
Okay. So how do you get involved into, how did you want to evolve it to where you're doing now the business side of being an artist? Because I'm an artist as well. And I think one of the biggest things that I struggle with in the beginning was learning how to do the business side of it. So talk to how you got more interested in doing the business side and also helping other artists get to that level.
Sure. So about 8 years ago, I was a stay-at-home mom and I was looking to start my own business and I wasn't exactly sure what it was going to be, but someone told me to focus on what came naturally. So that was definitely networking. Like my background's actually social justice work,
Wow,
but
okay.
a big part of that was networking with civil rights leaders, religious leaders, corporate leaders, and the like. And so while I was exploring what I wanted to do, our neighbor, who's a very famous artist, asked to use my children as models for a pitch he was doing to the White House for their Christmas ornament. Wow. So I was like, oh yeah, I want my kids on the White House Christmas ornament.
Yeah.
So we were at his studio and he said, I have to submit a description. What do you think of this? And I was like, it's terrible. Let me help you rewrite it because I have a vested interest now, right? So I started thinking, do artists need help with networking, strategic planning, project management, research, writing? So I went down to talk to our neighbor about it. And he said, I've been thinking, I want you to represent me. And I was like, what? I don't have a background in art. And he said, yeah, but look at your skill set, look at your interest in design and your art collection. And I was like, what art collection? Like we have a fabulous art collection, but it never struck me like that. So I started helping him and I shared with the people that were assisting me determine what to do for my next enterprise. And I got my friend's friend and my friend's son as clients. And I decided, hey, let me just see what happens with this. And I now work with over 200 artists in 20 states.
Wow, that's amazing, Danielle. That's amazing. We are in the Creative Corner on Create and Hustle on ESPN Richmond 106.1 FM. And we are talking to Danielle Glosser, who is an artist advisor, helping artists take their ideas and turn it into a business, basically. So talk about your process for finding artists, and do you specialize in a particular type of art? Like, how do you find the people that you work with?
Sure. So I only help visual artists. So painters, sculptors, mixed media, photographers, performance artists, not performing artists, but performance artists.
Okay.
And there's really 3 ways I get my clients: referrals from my current clients. I do a lot of community workshops, which were all on Zoom during COVID. And then last of all, through Instagram. Social media is huge for me. So I definitely get people through there as well.
Wow, that's amazing. So on Instagram, is it just you seeing somebody? Are you currently searching? How does it work when you get on Instagram? Are you searching artists, or do they kind of find you on there from word of mouth?
No, people find me because I will work with any artist that considers themselves a professional artist. I feel that who am I to discriminate against an artist based on their work, because that's not my background.
Right.
So honestly, it doesn't matter what your artwork looks like. If you're trying to elevate your career and you want to level up, I'm happy to try to help you.
Okay. I'm getting a sense of what you do. I like this.
Thank you.
So once someone starts working with you, like what type of services do you then provide to them? Like what type of work do you try to get them once they come on board with you?
So my work is really about helping the artist empower themselves as an entrepreneur. So I'm really providing critical information to the artist, and how they choose to implement it is really up to them. They can decide to do things on their own after the initial package, or they can decide to continue to work with me if they need help on certain things. But as you know, artists don't have a lot of money often. So I help them think through maybe who in their network we can tap. For example, this is one of my favorite stories. I had a woman in New York that needed a new website.
Mhm.
And so I got her a couple quotes and she thought they were too expensive. And I said, well, is there anyone in your family that might be able to be of assistance? And she said, well, my son won an Oscar for doing some technological thing on Black Swan. And I was like, I think he can help us.
Yeah. So
So
basically tapping
often,
into your network.
yeah, so often people have folks in their back pocket they're just not even thinking about.
That's so true. And a lot of times I'm sitting here like, where is the person in my back pocket? But we're in the creative corner with Danielle Glosser, an artist advisor. One thing that I want to ask you, because, you know, in this creative world, success means different things to different people. What does success mean to you as far as,
Honestly,
you know, everything that you're providing to artists and the help that you're providing to the artist community?
when my clients get a sale or get in a museum or get that exhibition show they've been trying to do, that's success to me, because I am just so thrilled to watch them thrive and, you know, get the type of response about their art that they're looking for. I personally have achieved my career goals and other life goals. So for me to help others is really what it's all about now. So I just enjoy watching my clients share their
Succeed.
work with the
Yeah.
world.
Yeah, similar. I'm similar in that regard. Like I really am, and hence this network. I mean, and everything that I'm doing on this show right here. So, the last question I have for you is, for a person who has arrived to the point where they're at, you know, a point where they're an artist, they don't really know business. What's the biggest piece of advice you could give to someone who's at that point right now? Like, how should a person start to take the steps to turn their art into an actual business?
Well, absolutely, you have to have a website. I mean, hands down, that is the number one marketing tool, because if you meet someone on the subway or at a show or on the airplane, like you're going to give them your card and they're going to go to your website. And that website better look good because you're an artist. So it needs to be aesthetically pleasing. And I see a lot of them that are not.
Yeah.
So, you know, I always say just keep it simple, be creative with your artwork, but don't be too creative with the marketing components of your business. Like keep it simple
Keep
and
it simple.
straightforward. You want to have professional photographs. You want to be sure to have the sizes of your work, the media, you know, that kind of wall label information is what folks are looking for, especially when you start to tap into interior designers and curators and art consultants. So they need that information quickly, and you want to make it as easy and transparent for them as possible.
As possible to understand your business. I always say that they should know what they're looking at in the first 2 minutes. So, well, Danielle, I want to thank you for coming into the Creative Corner on Creating Hustle. Let the people know where they can find you, your socials, your website, all that good stuff.
Sure. The business handle is Client Raiser. That's ClientRaiser. And that's my website address as well. So reach out if you want a complimentary session. And if you're a nice person, I'm happy to help you.
Well, folks, you heard it right here in the Creative Corner, where we like to ask creatives how they took their ideas and turned into a business. And Danielle, I want to thank you for visiting us in the corner. You have an amazing day.
Thanks, Mush.